Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. David Weisenhorn. He's a senior extension specialist for parenting and child adolescence education for the University of Kentucky. David, how important would you say that it is for parents to be involved in adolescent online use?
If I said paramount, it just wouldn't be high enough. I mean, the importance is so critical. The CDC released a report that they had completed a survey that they had done in 2021. They found 57% of teenage girls felt persistently sad or hopeless. And 30% of them said that they seriously considered suicide. The idea is what was happening in 2012? Well, that was kind of when teenagers began using a lot of social media as their social lives. So I cannot say with enough emphasis that parents, if you're listening, please, please, please pay attention to what your children are doing online. And if you want to start early. The earlier the better. If your children are using or even thinking about using social media, whether that's a phone or a tablet or just being on the laptop, just activating these social internets and these social sites, please be involved and start having conversations. Communicate what those expectations are that you want to have for your children, what is good and what is not good.
I have heard of families creating social media use plans where they designate times to collect all the devices and put them in the other room. And I think even just starting with some sort of plan like that, but it's okay. Just realizing that we may just need to make a plan for how we can limit that use.
It is important that our supervision is always on top of our children. And what I mean by that is that there are apps, there are parental controls that we can put on devices. We can block sites. When I said there are apps that you can purchase and they do cost. I haven't found an extremely good one free yet, but you can purchase apps that'll limit what is sent out, block sites, what is received, but also this idea of, yes, how long and how often are my children looking at their phones? I think that oftentimes that parents feel like we need to honor our children in the sense that we want to honor their privacy. And I think that's important. However, children are not equipped in their mind to make decisions that well into the future. We know that science says that, hey, our prefrontal cortex, which is that executive function that allows us to predict the future, is not fully formed in our children. And so therefore, children don't make good decisions often. And so we need to know that our supervision is critical for us to, one, have conversations with our kids all the time, using current events, bullying, social media, these sexting things, that we have conversations about what supervision looks like. Hey, I don't want you ever taking pictures while you're changing clothes. I want to see the outfits that you want to take pictures in so that I can make sure, Eve, that later in life, it doesn't come back to haunt you. I believe privacy is good for in the bathroom and changing clothes. That's great. But after that, we need to be on top of what's happening on our, what sites are our kids using? What social media sites are they doing? What kind of texts are happening in these group chats? It's okay to go through and look at these chats so that we know what are these conversations. I think those are some ways that parents get to tip off. Are there bullying? Hey, that didn't seem like a really good comment. Like, who's saying these things? We can really get a edge up if we're looking at that sort of thing, Kristi.
David, you've covered so many great points. Where can someone go to get more information on this topic?
FTC.gov is a really good website that has some information on guard to on guard your online use, protecting yourself online. And this is NetSmart Workshop. And then the NetCerta is another one, NetCetera.
David, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.